Hey everyone, in this video I want to cover Revolut Trading, specifically how Revolut Trading works, what are the pros and cons compared to other investing apps, and what is my investment strategy specifically with Revolut. But before we begin, I need to make this little disclaimer. I have to, just bear with me. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just someone on the internet who knows a bit more and read about Revolut Trading. So everything in this video is for educational purposes only. And if you decide to invest, it's at your own risk. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into the app. And when you open Revolut, this is what you see. It's on a second tab, and then it shows you your portfolio, how much it changed. But let's start from the beginning. So if you press the button just right up there in the top right corner, we can see that Revolut has some market news, and it's very general. I didn't find them too beneficial because it's kind of random. You can't really choose what news you're getting. So I mean, it's interesting to read, and sometimes, the title catches you and you want to sort of investigate what's happening, but it's very broad and very general. So I wouldn't rely on it as the main source if you're trying to sort of invest. Then there's a star icon as well here, and this is your watch list. So you can actually select specific companies you want to track and see sort of how their prices move. So let's say if we go into Ferrari, we can see sort of everything by week, how the price moved on a monthly basis, in 6 months, and so on and so on. And if you press on that graph, you can actually track and see what specific price was at what specific date. So very convenient. You can also set price alerts. So if you tap at the top of this bell button, you can actually set at what price you want Revolut to actually send you notifications. Also useful if you're looking for, drop in prices to get into the action and start investing. And then if you scroll down, it gives you some, not a lot of stats, actually, just a very basic ones. And that's it. There's nothing really here. So that's your watch list. But if you want to invest into or just find what kind of stocks are available, I have to say that only US stocks are currently available. So you can't trade like literally anything else, nor like index funds or bonds or anything like that. It's only US stocks. So in that sense, Revolut is very limited. But I don't think it's a con, at least for me, but I'll get into that a bit later. Let's go through the app. So if you press on invest, you can see sort of Revolut sorted sort of by your recently viewed popular stocks during the week. And then it has some collections of the most popular stocks like technology, energy. So you can select your sort of interest and start investing there. And then a discover all stocks button at the bottom, which just, shows everything. So you can go into search, find the stock or the company that you want to invest, tap buy, and it's that simple. And of course, if you have already invested, you see your total portfolio. You can switch that between euros and US dollars. And if you switch that, you can actually see how much your portfolio increased percentage-wise and in terms of the amount. And then, of course, all individual stocks. And the last thing is transactions. So, if you want to see the transaction history, it's right there at the bottom. But besides that is it. It's really, really simple. It is a con in terms of that the app is very, very limited in terms of how you can track all of your investments, what market research sort of it has, and so on and so on. But on the other side, it makes it very easy to invest because you don't really need anything. You kind of fill the questionnaire and that's it, and you can start investing right away from your Revolut account. So my suggestion would be go with Revolut if you want to make it easy on yourself and you don't have big plans of getting into investment seriously. If you're not planning to invest up to like $5,000 or 5,000 euros, I think Revolut is fine. But if you're planning to go more like, 7, 10, more than $10,000 or 10,000 euros, I probably would choose some other app in regards to this. Now let's cover the fees real quick. So if you have a free account, you have free trades per month. After that, it's around $1, €1 per trade. So actually, it's a quite good deal. And for me personally, I don't really need that much. Free trades per month is definitely more than enough for me. However, if you upgrade to Revolut Premium, you get 8 trades per month. And if you want unlimited trades, you can get Metal and then trade as many stocks as you want. So far with Revolut, everything is very simple, from the fees, from the pricing, from the way the app works. And to be honest, this is a great segue because this is how I got into investing at all. Revolut made it so easy without any barriers. It was difficult not to invest. I literally started by just transferring about $50 or $100 to Revolut Trading and just buying some literally random stocks. And from there, I kind of saw that it started growing. I started sort of earning a little. And that made me want to educate myself more about investing and sort of which stocks are better to invest and where and how. And this actually led me to watching YouTube videos about investing, about finances, and I really kind of got into it. So generally speaking, I got into trading by accident because it was so simple, and because it is so simple, I already use Revolut. I've used it for the past, 4 or 5 years right now. So I'm really into the platform, and trading was just another feature. And as you saw from the video, my portfolio for my taste got quite significant. And now I'm actually planning to invest into Revolut regularly. And again, perfect segue to my investment strategy with Revolut. Again, a little disclaimer, I'm not really a professional investor, and I only started investing around 1 year ago. So I'm literally a newbie here. However, from what I gathered and researched on the internet, watched some YouTube videos and other people who have done it for way longer than me, from there I kind of gathered what would be the strategy I want to use. And this is it. First, I'm buying and holding. That is my main strategy here. I'm not looking for any short-term gains, so I'm not looking to gamble. I don't want to sort of invest, wait for the stock to kind of hit 10-20% and then buy back and kind of do this over and over and over. This is not really my thing. I would like to make this long term. So I'm not really worried about any price fluctuations also. I'm kind of, my strategy is to hold, don't really have a set plan, but 3, 4, 5 years, something along those lines, maybe even longer. It really depends sort of what happens, but I'm not looking to withdraw next month, and I'm not planning to use this amount. It's kind of a savings / trading account for me, because I know if I start gambling, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna receive 10, 20, 30% increase over a month or something. But I know that with those increases, I'm kind of gonna be buying in. And I think at some point, because I don't do this professionally every day, I will slip. And it's just way more work, and it's way more frustrating, and you have to kind of think about it. You have to calculate it. I don't know. It's not for me, too much work. Buying and holding sounds way more reasonable and way more acceptable for my investment strategy. Second point is that I'm only buying from companies that I actually personally use, I believe in, or I see a lot of potential. So I'm not buying anything random. So let's take a look at my actual portfolio, and you will see what I mean. For example, Apple. I've been using Apple for 10 plus years. I have an iPhone, I have an Apple Watch, my MacBook is I'm pretty much into the ecosystem. I really believe the company. I love their products. I mean, it makes sense. I kind of hold at least some shares in that company. Then let's take stocks like Spotify and Tesla. Tesla, again, I do see a lot of potential in that company. I followed like Elon Musk for a lot of years right now. I love what he's doing with SpaceX. I just believe in that guy. So, I mean, it makes sense. So I'm just buying and holding. And I mean, as you can see, it's paying off, at least for now. Then Spotify, I've been using Spotify for 5 years. Again, love the company, love their product. It's paying off for me, as you can see, 88% increase. Then Sony, because primarily because of PlayStation. I do play PlayStation. There is an upcoming PlayStation 5, and I did invest long before that because I knew that it would come someday and probably it will be a great success, which means the stock price will probably increase. And I did buy some like Boeing stocks because I knew that travel Boeing is the company that actually makes planes, and planes are not going anywhere. We will need planes. It's kind of a technology. It's the same if we would decide that today we don't need phones or smartphones. It's not going to happen. This technology is really rooted, and I do believe Boeing is kind of too big to fail. So once the kind of travel industry gets better, I think Boeing will start selling planes. So again, I did invest it's $50. If Boeing bankrupts, I'm not losing that much either way. I hope that gives you a better perspective of what type of companies I invest. And to be honest, that is what I believe is the right way to go, especially for someone new like me. I don't want to invest in a company that I never heard of before. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not following it. Something like Tesla, Spotify, or Apple. I'm into the news regardless of if I own the stocks or not. I know what's happening with those companies. I actually follow them because I like tech and I want to see sort of how they evolve and what is happening. So naturally, I think it's the right move to invest. If I don't follow a company, I don't know what it's doing, I just stay away. And then there is one more sort of exception in my old portfolio. You can only buy stocks, and index funds are actually hard to get by. But I do have S&P Global invested in, and if you look at that chart, it's going up throughout the years. It's literally it never stops. And generally speaking, from what I've researched, index funds are the best way to invest. It's basically a fund that holds stocks in every other fund. So if one company goes down, the index fund is not really affected. And I think it's the main strategy I would like to go. I think like at least 50% of my investments should go there. It's not right now, but I'm trying to kind of get there because I figured out the index funds only this year recently. So I'm shifting more towards them. And the last thing I want to talk about is how I am gathering money to invest. So it depends on person to person. Maybe for someone it's just easier to set like a periodic payment of like 100 euros per month and you're all set to go. I'm doing this a little bit differently. So Revolut has this thing called Vaults. It's basically an automatic savings account, so to speak. So what I do is I actually set that all my spare change is rounded up and then transferred to the Vault account each time I use Revolut. So basically I don't even notice how that investing account is kind of building up. Second, I have set a weekly 12 euro payment to that Vault. Again, it's small enough that I don't really notice it, but kind of a significant enough when you calculate it over a period of 1 month. And then from time to time, I add like random additions of a couple of euros or a couple of cents, just to round up numbers. And that is it. That's my whole vault. Because I'm a free user of Revolut, I only get free trades per month, and I'm trying to utilize them the best way I can. The way it works each month, the start of the month, I take that vault, and whatever is gathered in that vault, it's usually up to 100 euros. So from like 60, 70 euros to 100 euros, I take that amount, and then I decide how I'm going to invest. As I already mentioned, I probably will focus more on index funds, but I may get one or other stock depending on the situation. And that is really it. Really simple. I'm not really seeing any money sort of decreasing on going from my account because it's on a small increments. And then at the start of each month, I just invest that money. I set it up and I can forget about it. So that's Revolut Trading. We covered how it works. I showed you my portfolio. We talked about my investment strategy, and we pretty much covered everything. I think from now on, looking to the future, the most important thing is consistency. So if you try to invest, I think consistency is the number one key. And I only started doing that this year, beginning of this year. So this is what I'm going for. I'm going to try to invest each month and see how my portfolio grows. However, as you saw from my portfolio, I should diversify more because all of my sort of stocks are in the same tech industry. So I might start to kind of read more about other companies and see what they're doing and kind of expand on there and diversify my whole portfolio. And I do believe that Revolut is actually gonna spend more time on improving Revolut Trading. From its basics like a year ago or whatever when it was introduced, it evolved actually quite a lot. And I think Revolut is seeing that because now it's actually on a second tab on the main screen. It's one of the most prominent features on Revolut, and from the looks of it, I think they're investing a lot, and they may be one of the big players in a couple of years if they keep evolving that and actually starting to add way more advanced features. Because right now, as we talked about, it's very simple, but I do believe that in the future Revolut can actually compete with major investing apps if Revolut goes into that direction. And that's it. But before we go, I do have one more video if you're interested. I made a video about Revolut Premium versus Revolut Metal. There's our two paid plans that I'm comparing, sort of pros and cons. So if you're interested into that, it's gonna be right here somewhere or in the description below. And that's it from me. Take care.